Everyone, Blake Sloan here. Brand new market update for you. We just finished this week's radio show. We have massive news in terms of real estate market. Almost a 50% drop in home sales last month alone. The same is also in condos. And so big time news. We've been kind of talking about this in the show for a few weeks. We've been watching real time data in terms of what's happening. Last month, single family home sales down 43.8% from the same time last year with 371 home sales, down about the same from the peak this year. It peaked out in March at 703 home sales, and all the way down to 371 closed last month, which would be November. And so that's just something to keep watching. Sales price has not declined yet, which is great news. If you look at median sales price right now, it's up 13.3% from the same month last year. Right now, $362,000 even. It is pretty much flat from the month before. In October, it's 360. In November, 362. It is down though from the peak, which was in May at 380,000. And so we're seeing the same thing kind of similar in terms of average sale price. Average sale price year over year, which is November versus November, is up 14.4%, which is great news. $446,693. It did drop a little bit from the previous month where October is 452 and then 446 in November. It's down though about 15% from the peak this year. That's the main question. Hey, what's the value of my house doing right now? And if you look at this year, prices peaked out for average sale price in April at $488,186. Right now we're at 446, roughly $40,000 drop, which is right at 15%. And so we're seeing that happen. The good news, though, is even though sales have dropped almost 50% for houses, supply has really kind of helped protect that price a little bit. Supply is up 92% from where it was just a year ago. But the numbers really, if you break them down, aren't that bad because only 2.5 months inventory. If you go back to early this year, it kind of peaked out between December and January at 0.9 months inventory. It's crept back up month over month since interest rates started going up in really March. And right now, it's 2.5 months inventory. But if you go back, the last time there was 2.5 months inventory was only November 2020. And here's the crazy part. If you go back to just 2019, in September 2019, there was 5.2 months of inventory, meaning that is called the run rate, right? So if there wasn't a single home listed, how long would it take to sell at the current rate? And so back then it was 5.2 months. Right now we're at 2.5 months. And so we're half of the inventory of what it was back in September 19, which means it's going back towards normalizing, but it's still kind of what's helping protect the price when you're seeing prices go up, even though the sales are down almost 50%. It's also because a lot of home sellers have been sitting on the sidelines. And so if you've been thinking about selling, it's a really good time right now, this time of the year, especially in the holidays, right? Homes show very good during the holidays. It's an emotional time of year. Purchasing a house or a home or even a condo is one of the most emotional purchases that someone make. And so if you connect those two dots together, most of the questions, the way people visualize themselves and looking at houses is how can I entertain here? How can I bring family over? Because most people buy for status. They buy to kind of raise that status and how they entertain. And so they can visualize themselves in that position. And we see them sell a lot here the last part of the year. And so that's just something to keep in mind overall in terms of that. Showings per listing, which is buyer traffic right now. Buyer traffic is down 41.3% from the same month last year, which is really in alignment with what we're seeing in terms of overall properties closing. If you look at condos, condo sales pretty much the same last month, down 46.2% from the same time last year. Last month, there was 392 condos sold. The peak this year was 804 condos sold in March. And so we definitely a 50% drop from the peak this year in March at 804. Last month here in November, 392 condos sold. And so you can see that significant drop. We'll probably see prices soften just a little bit. Right now, the median price, though, is up 20.4% from the same month last year, which is good at 234,875. Which is overall pretty much flat where it's been the past few months. For example, September's 235, October 225, and back up to 234 last month, which is great news. Into average sale price up 16.8% from the same month last year, and month versus month is up. I tend to watch that and see what's happening. So last month, average sale price for condos 266, 116. October is 255, 204. And so that's great news there overall. Inventory, one of the biggest numbers here. Inventory increased 187.5% in terms of the amount of condos available. That's still, though, really at 2.3 months inventory. The last time we were at 2.3 months was really between February and March 2021. And so, not that big of a difference. You go back just to May 2020, there was 5.6 months of inventory. And so, we're still less than half of what it was back then. We're getting back to that normalization. So, right now is still a good time to sell because inventory being so low is protecting price right now. And so, we're also very well insulated here in Myrtle Beach overall in our area, which is great. One important thing, if you're thinking about selling right now, it's very important to make sure you have an agent who has a lot of tenacity. You need somebody who's very tenacious, who's pushing through this. A lot of the agents through the holidays and also as this market shift is happening are running for the hills. I'm seeing them get out of the business. They're getting part-time jobs. You need someone who has the capital, can really put that out front for you to get your property sold, but very, very tenacious, which we have someone you can trust, which is something we pride ourselves on. We give our clients what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, because we got to get to that outcome together that we want. And the third piece that's so important right now is you need expertise. Someone who's been through markets like this before. I have personally, or many agents have not. We know how to navigate this, not to really put capital up front on your behalf. And that's why we're doubling down on marketing right now, why most other agents are running for the hills. And so, just today's show, we talked about, we share every single week how many active buyers we have that are active home buyers. Right now, you see 70,000. 383 active home buyers, 70,383 active home buyers from all over the globe. Right now, we just have one from Beverly Hills right here. We have all over Mooresville, North Carolina. I got Indiana. I got Greenville, South Carolina. I got Rhode Island. I got Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Lindsay Rogers, like I mentioned, from Beverly Hills, California. We got Charlotte, North Carolina, Blackwood, New Jersey, Westminster, California, Summers, New York, New York, New York. And so we have buyers from all over the globe that we're helping serve. And so what we do is we spend massive amounts of money and we outspend the average agent 120 from a marketing standpoint. And we're able to match your property up with our buyers within minutes using the technology that we have here. And so if you're thinking about buying or thinking about selling in this holiday season, do me a favor. Say, look, you got to call my buddy Blake. His number is 843-808-SOLD. Save me in your phone and say, look, when you're time at dinner for the holidays or you have family in town or anybody mentions real estate at the table or any other time, say you got to call my buddy Blake. Reach out, call me 843-808-SOLD. Any questions you have real estate wise, you can always reply to this email. You can get an instant home evaluation on the side of this page here. You can also get an instant home evaluation on the email. There's a button you click, but more importantly, call us with anything you ever need real estate related. You need a plumber, electrician, anything it is, you call us, we got you. 843-808-SOLD or blakesloan.com anytime.